Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies, and we got another Ardbeg committee release and its sister, Ardcore, baby.
Ardcore is from Sam.
Ooh, hardcore. We're going to test it.
Hardcore fan style.
Maybe I was too early on that. Ardcore. What?
So, we had missed it. Well, we had the Scorch non-committee release.
Yes.
We went a couple years without any committee releases.
True. I got a little burnout on committee.
Scorch showed up. It was the 46% version, not the committee release.
True.
We picked it up.
Some people
weren't that impressed with it.
I didn't like it at all.
And then we just found Hypernova not too long ago.
Liked it. Matter of fact, I'll be doing a little extra where I compare it to the Supernova.
Yeah.
That'll be coming just from me.
Once we reviewed Hypernova and we talked about how we really hadn't seen them outside of Scorch,
Right,
Sam,
the
fan,
Sam the man.
stepped up and he
Boom.
sent us Ardbeg,
which was really good.
Ardcore.
And Ardcore, and I really like the Ardcore.
Ardcore committee release and Ardcore standard 46%. I think they're 46%.
And I'm curious to see what you're going to think of the 46%. Because
right.
we're dealing with 50.1%. Not that much different.
No.
But
they're usually low. I think they're still adding some water. They're bringing them down. But most of the committee releases I've noticed are around 51, 52% ABV, which seems pretty low. If it's cask strength.
Right.
They should be higher.
I'm going to put the Capita will be the committee release, and I'll pour you first, kind sir.
And we'll do the standard Ardcore 46% release.
I destroyed the little
in the Glencairns.
All right. So
I just did that one too.
Yeah,
when you had
I know. I like that. Oh yeah, maybe that. What the heck's going on?
That's what you did.
I don't know. Who knows?
What did you do there?
I don't know. This should have been on there. Who knows what was going on? I almost got confused.
I'm corn-fused.
I knew you were going to say it. Corn-fused.
But thank you, Sam, for making sure we got these.
Sam, you are the man.
I think we should start with the 46%.
I agree 100%.
All right. So Ardcore, what happened with this one?
It's all marketing.
What's the marketing? Yeah. What's the marketing?
What did they accidentally slip in? Something strong. Goodness. Sounded like we had a B-52 flying over top.
I thought they were setting up a stage at an AC/DC concert and they're rolling the big containers up on
the toilet. I didn't know what was happening. Black malt barley. It's created with black malt barley, which they're saying is Ardcore, and a first for Ardbeg, and probably whiskey. Aromas of dark chocolate, Bristol toffee, aniseed, and charcoal.
I did get just a little nose there, and it was a little bit more medicinal antiseptic for Ardbeg.
Yes, and boy, I nosed them both. Don't you want to nose them same time?
Let's do. I was going to start with the 46. You want to do both?
Yeah, do them at the same time.
46%.
Shotgun style. 46.
Yeah.
Seaweed, ocean breeze,
nutty.
Okay.
Peaty.
Yeah, peat's in there, but I get salt, sea breeze, seaweed.
Cleaner peat.
It is cleaner, it's lighter.
Yeah.
Then you come over to this.
To the committee release.
Woo! Pops you in the nostril right off the bat. I took too much of a sniff.
More medicinal, more nutty.
More medicinal. And what's interesting is I can't inhale as far because it stung me. I don't really get the sea salt.
Sweeter, more honeyed on the standard 46%.
Yeah, but definitely more medicinal here is what I would say.
On the
it's
committee
that,
release.
Yeah, it's that antiseptic.
All right.
God, I like it.
Let's get in on that.
I want to fight you for
Let's do the 46.
For the committee release on this one. Oh, boy.
Yeah, both very nice noses, but different as well. And you wouldn't expect there to be too much difference, but sometimes there is.
Mm-hmm. So, non-committee release Ardcore. It's okay. I get a roasted peanut with salted seaweed peat.
Very, very roasted peanut Astringent, not astringent.
Yeah. Roasted peanut
oaky,
with
woody,
seaweed.
Oaky, woody seawater.
Yeah. Seawater, seaweed, peanut. Almost weird. Still tasty because I like Ardbeg.
Almost weird, but better than Scorch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like Scorch.
It actually feels lighter than 46%.
It does. It feels watered down, roasted, still in the finish, roasted peanut. The seaweed has gone away.
Almost like, I don't know what these taste like, I've heard from friends, but like THC gummies.
You've heard from friends. You are retired. I have heard from friends. I've never partook. But
almost a little bit of that, I think, from what they're saying. Kind of this greenish, grassy THC note.
My mustache got in the way there.
All right, here we go to the committee release.
Well, I had to re-sip now. If this is going to be green. Got it. Heard from friends. All right, committee release. Committee release. So, it's my hat. All right.
All right, let's get on. We did the nose.
Huh. I know. I'm going to let you go first. This just seems like it's going to be way more interesting. Hardcore. Definitely.
It's definitely not as sweet. It is more, almost a little bit, it's more astringent, but more antiseptic. More peanut, really, I think the peanuts are even, roasted nuts are showing even more.
Roasted. Ooh, the finish here kind of lingers. A charcoal jet engine. I'm serious. I feel like it's being like shot out. Huh. I feel like I'd be one of those guys in Maverick that's kneeling down and giving like the go shot or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they and I'm like, wow.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah. Some kind of afterburner.
Little bit of a burnt rubber, burnt plastic.
Like Danger Zone's playing in the background.
It's a different kind of heat. It's a different kind of smoke. Yeah.
Which again, they're saying is that black malt barley. And I'm still not sure. I mean, you've heard my deal on this.
I might like the 46% version.
Really? You can definitely have that.
You want to drop?
Both? Yeah, both. When I sampled these, I was leaning towards the committee release on this. And did I keep the Ardbeg?
No, I took that
one. You
one.
took it, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you had that and the Supernova? Goodness, what am I doing? Hypernova. I should be fighting you for these.
Well,
No, I should
we split these. I took the Ardbeg. You got the Ardcore.
It should be a Groman Recco. Groman Recco.
I like this one. I like this better than Scorch, but I don't know that it's high on my Ardbeg list of favorites.
It's different.
It's different.
It's almost like the Guinness of Ardbeg. I feel like it's punched up. They're not far off with Ardcore.
Ardcore.
Yeah.
I'm going back to the 46% or with a drop of water.
But I still love the punch. I mean, it's really kicking at you. So I do like that.
Back to the 46% or with a drop of water. Sweeter, more honeyed. Still some maritime character, but nice peat.
That's interesting.
Still a little bit of the antiseptic type peat showing.
So you actually prefer the non-committee?
Let me go back to the committee release now with a drop of water.
I see what you're saying.
No. The CR is better. I mean, it's got a better palate on it overall, but it's just got some of those different, funkier notes.
It is funky
than I'm used to, especially with Ardbeg.
Funky, cool. Real quick, while you're letting that seep in, don't score it yet. We, in a prior episode, I know I'm putting you on pause, we had the cool little cards. There were a couple more I wanted to ask you just to tie in. We'll keep it quick. If you could be brilliant in one subject, which would you choose?
That was a tough one. I thought you did ask me that one. I thought, and at first something like astrophysics pops up, but then you're like, no,
cosmology.
That's really,
I love the study of the stars and
who
wants
multiverse. Who wants to be an expert? with all these engineers and something. I
like the study of the universe. I think it's very interesting. The origin of time, the Big Bang. Not you? What do you want to do? Like latex? Latex Industries?
THC guys?
You would be the master.
I've heard it from
You'd be the master of a grow up.
What does it read? What is it?
If you could be brilliant in one subject, which would you choose? You're already great with like sourdough breads and whiskey.
I think photography.
Really? You do like the photon thing. How would brilliance in photography look like?
Because you would the moments, those things that you captured with your lens are preserved forever.
Okay. See, if I was doing photography, I talked to you about this once. I would love like combat photography, and you're like, you're dumb. You get killed doing that.
When did I say that?
Remember that there was this deal where I had an idea that you could,
but I don't know that I ever said that.
No, you said I was dumb. I
have said that.
Yeah, many times. Enough said on that one. That was a good part. The second one.
Moving on.
Yeah, you're dumb. What was your favorite childhood meal? I like that because mine's pretty pedestrian.
This is so weird. I can remember.
Mine's pedestrian.
Saturday mornings when my mom was working and Dad was home, we would get SpaghettiOs with hot dogs.
Breakfast?
No, it's meal.
Just meal. Sorry. So I'm thinking, okay. So
does it say meal?
It is meal.
Oh, okay.
You're right. I was thinking, I don't know why I thought breakfast. Dad's home.
It was always so exciting. Yeah, canned SpaghettiOs with hot dogs in it. I can't remember.
So he spruced it up with a little hot dog.
Put the hot dog in there.
Cut them in there.
Made it so much better.
Over the top. Now, here's my simplification. For my birthday, you could pick your three meals. So breakfast, Mom would make these unbelievable. And she's still alive. I got to get a recipe.
Cinnamon rolls.
She made these great cinnamon rolls. Then for the birthday meal, generally, what I always wanted, and you could pick your cake, was Sloppy Joe's. She would make this great Sloppy Joe, and it was so easy. She told me when she was grown, I loved your birthday because all you wanted was Sloppy Joe's, which was ground beef and like some barbecue sauce or whatever.
Yeah,
and then on a bun.
And spices.
Yeah. And she goes, it was so easy. And then my favorite cake was a cinnamon streusel cake that had that layer of cinnamon brown sugar in the middle with that drizzle on top. To this day, I love it. Mm-hmm. And she goes, it was so easy. And I was like, God, I loved it. Yeah. So that was mine, was the Sloppy Joe's. Sloppy Joe's I loved. So, yeah, that's it. We won't come back to that unless fans say more. Give us more. If you like that, thumb it and put your own comments to what your meals would be. I like that. What do you think of this? Do you like what they're doing with... To me, it's still a little bit out there. I think it's getting a little tired and old. As much as I enjoy the differences and the play, I don't like the chase.
Well, I mean, there's not much chase involved.
I'm a committee member, but I can't buy it because I'm in the States. That bugs me.
Here's my take on it, is that you've had, you know what works. You know what's good as a distillery. You know what fans love.
Okay.
And then you wanted, and experimentation is okay, and you deviate from it.
I think it's awesome.
But if you end up with something that is so far from what your fans or what your people want,
okay, you're going to piss people off.
You're not going to piss people off, but it's this one and Scorch. I like this one better than Scorch, but
I like this one. Although I would still like to try the Scorch committee release. I hated the Scorch
46%.
Yeah, I hated it. I had high expectations.
This one's not up there for me. I mean, it's still it's good, but I'm going an 87.
Really?
Maybe an 88.
This is a clear 91 for me on this. I didn't like this as much with the seaweed flavors, but it was still good. 89. 91, 89. But for me, the Ardbeg, Ardbart, I don't like the feeling of complete. Like I have to complete my collection. That's why I tell you the core range does all I needed to do.
Yeah.
However, in the back of my mind, I'm always like, damn, what's that like?
You know, if I'm out and about, though, and I don't go hunting, I don't stand in line for stuff, but if I'm in a store and there it is on the shelf, I'm going to pick it up. Right. It's not a hunt. I mean, it's there. Okay, I'll get it.
For me, though, it is. I almost have to, like, put blinders on. Thank goodness for the fans.
And we did just pick up Heavy Vapors as well. They'll be coming up in a couple of weeks, the newest committee release.
See, so I don't know.
These finally started showing up in our area. They never did until a few years ago. So
I know. That's good. I'm glad we're in an area that gets them.
I kind of feel like with Ardbeg, there's just a certain profile that I expect and I want. This one has turned a little bit more almost Campbelltownish, which isn't a bad thing, but it's almost more industrial oil, rubber peat.
I would agree. It's in your face,
which isn't what I want from Ardbeg.
Right. The tobaccos. That is what's a little bit weird here. Is like if I was Ardbeg core range, it's the tobaccos, the pipe smoke, it's the leathers,
the earthiness, the mud,
and it's what you know you're going to get from that core range. And these are all experimental, and they create this like marketing plan around it, and then there's a bit of a hunt for it. And I know they're there and they're gone, but that's why I always say the core range, the 10 would do it for me. I mean, I had the boring answer if you were on an island, and I was like Ardbeg 10, and people were like blue, 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 blue. But I was like, I think their 10 is blissful. So, all right.
Go to ScotchTestDummies.com. Thanks to Sam, real quick, for these bottles. Go to Scotch Test. You can pick up coins or these new bamboo Glencairn toppers.
Bamboo's
they
good.
Push down in. They seal your drink. You can come back to it the next day.
You can grab yourself a little bit of a stave. We use this all the time. It's fancy dancy, but it works.
So it's called a dropper set, technically, not a stave.
Nice. Technically. You can also grab the shirt.
Yeah.
You can go to Patreon. You can look up Scotch Test Dummies. That's if you like us and you just want to send us some money. And you can support for as much as $1 a month, $1 a show, $3 a show. We like when that happens. So, Scotch it. You, Scotch gods.
Cilantro. Dummies. And I'm actually going to the 46%er to sign off.
Do it.